it's Sisslin Verse, and today I'm going to be doing the Black Booktuber tag. I was tagged by a couple people. Thanks to Brandy Shanae, Hayden Books, and Maurice for the tags. Much appreciated. Let's just start off with the questions. Tell us a little bit about yourself. So I'll just start off with like a random fun fact. I recently got access to my grandpa's Tumblr composter, and like I've never been more excited to throw out kitchen scraps in my life. I feel like I'm more excited about this than it deserves because the whole point of a Tumblr composter is that it goes a lot faster than cold composting than just like throwing it in a pile and leaving it there. But like it's still too slow because the setup is in the shade and it's like such a pain figuring out like what's the carbon to nitrogen ratio and all that, and like I just know that it's not right. But like I'm finally kind of getting compost and I'm excited about it. Who's a Black author you love that a lot of people don't know about? So I feel like my taste is like super basic. I feel like in like the Black SFF circles, like I'm like loving like the top 20s of like the Black SFF authors, you know, like Octavia Butler and K. Jemisin, like those are the types of people, and like that's like everyone's entry point, everyone's favorite, so it's not super unique. But I guess I would say Nisi Shaw. Nisi Shaw, I feel like gets a lot of recognition within like writer circles, but for whatever reason, like readers don't really know their name. Like Nisi Shaw's won awards. Nisi Shaw is one of the people who runs Writing the Other, which is a science fiction and fantasy workshop for authors learning basically to write from perspectives that aren't their own, focusing on, you know, race, gender, class, disability, like those sorts of things. And like they've gotten awards for Writing the Other, they've gotten awards for their short stories, so like I feel like they're decently well known in like author circles. It's just like for whatever reason readers don't really know about them that much. I think it might be because Nisi Shaw primarily writes short fiction, but I read Filter House and like that is such a good short story anthology in my opinion. There's like so many good stories. I think my favorite is Shioma's Land. I don't think a lot of people on BookTube at least know about Nisi Shaw. Favorite book about the Black experience? I think I would say Beloved by Toni Morrison. Just like that was a foundational read for me. Like I think in terms of books by Black authors I read in school, I think that was only the second one. For me, Beloved was validating in a weird way, and I really loved the ending. It shows a lot of suffering and it also shows a lot of community. It also shows a lot of like working on being in community and supporting people that you don't necessarily like, which I think is difficult and also super important. Favorite book by a Black author? I'd have to say The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Yeah, it was either going to be that or Wild Seed by Octavia Butler. Wild Seed is like I have to be in the mood to read it, and I feel like I could just read Fifth Season whenever. I recommend a Black and queer book. Two Moon Stories by Crystal A. Smith. It's a short story anthology. It's very sapphic, very tender, very sweet. Also bits that are disturbing and gory and funny. And there's like a lot of transformations and the supernatural in it. I just loved how it brought all of those things together. Recommend a book with a Black person on the cover. I would say Redemption in Indigo by Karen Lord. I don't know if I have like a favorite cover with a Black person on it, but this is just a very good book. I think that if you like fantasy that you should read this, especially if you like oral storytelling and folklore, because it's sort of framed as like someone telling the story to you, which is a thing that I love. Yeah, and it's just very wry and funny and also mystical and fantastical. And I recommend a book by a Black author that makes you happy. I would say The Adorned by Chi manga by Jackie. This is a magical girl manga set in Nigeria. There are, I believe, 4 girls on the team and 1 boy. It's just a joy to read. The outfits are cute. The story is interesting. I love the characters' personalities and their chemistry. I love that we have like an alternative like goth Black girl in the group. I just really am into alternative fashion. Like I'm not bold enough to wear it, but it's like seeing it on other people. And I'm trying not to say Magnifique Noir by Brianna Lawrence for like every single thing because I just interviewed her and it was just such a wonderful experience. I feel like I'm still like, I still want to gush about it. I still just want to talk about it all the time. But like, I feel like I kind of can't just do this prompt and not say it because The first book in the series made me happy cry, and like I think it's the only book I've read that has made me happy cry. So I feel like I need to name that. I recommend some Black booktubers. So I feel like I fall into patterns where I'm like, I look around for new booktubers a little bit, and then I just kind of like go back to my faves, and they tend to have bigger followings, but I'll try to have like a range of people with like different followings on here. So first up is my fantasy book addict. She is a monstrous stan. Yeah, she's just cool and she's chill. Reviews May Vary is another one. I like her setup. I think she's kind of doing some redesigns. She bought like a Raven light, and I think she was talking about buying fairy lights. But she has like, I know a lot of booktubers do the bookshelves in the background, and she has like these like nice like wood filing cabinets in the background, and I don't know, I just like, when I noticed that, I was like, oh, that also like gives me very library in a weird way, like the archives, you know, like old like city documents, like the old newspapers. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but then there's Cheyenne Reeds. She's very new. She started like a week ago. I just like her aesthetic. I haven't watched too much from her, but I'm going to try and watch more. Then there's Neeks. Neeks is just a riot. She's so funny. I think I found her when she had like 500 subscribers, and I was like shocked because she is just so effortless in front of the camera. She looks so comfortable. Like I said, she's hilarious. Her thumbnails are great. I always feel like she needs more subscribers, is basically what it boils down to. And then there's the Artisan Geek. I think Seiju's numbers have grown a lot recently, which I was glad to see because they had only like a few thousand for a while. I think now they're over 20,000. And it was wild because I feel like she put so much effort into her videos, and her reviews are always so polished. Like, she'll do cover reenactments, she'll do book trailers, and she'll like act in them. I remember she did like Ina for her Black Literature Challenge, which is like basically a series of videos like mimicking like if an AI was making you book recommendations. And I just think she's very innovative. Also, I think she does a really good job at like highlighting books that don't get talked about a whole lot. She reads like from all over the globe. And also she did a video, what was it? Black Classics I Know You Haven't Heard Of, and she shouted me out. It wasn't really a shout out per se. At first I thought it was gonna be like a Johnny Pumpkin joke, but basically she had done a video where she said, I bet you don't know these black books, and I actually somehow knew all of them. I don't know how. I guess we stumbled on the same news article because the time period, like some of the genres, I was like, oh, there's no way I know more than like 2 of these. And yet I somehow recognized all of them. And so she did a video like, oh, smarty pants, like, I bet I know more than you. And obviously she did. But yeah, she named me in a video. Then obviously I have to recommend Onyx Pages. She is just a wonderful person in general. She's so warm, she's so thoughtful. I feel like she asks the questions that need to be asked, and she says what needs to be said. Then Nori of Noria Reads. Nori's just so fun. Like, we don't have super similar reading tastes. I think Noria reads a lot faster than I do, and like a lot more diversely in terms of genres. Like, she reads romance, she reads contemporary. But like, I'll watch her talk about books that I know I will never read because she is so entertaining. I love her energy. Her cat Kung Pop is adorable. And she's like so prolific. Like, she makes videos 3 days a week. And I'll talk about a book by a black author that's coming in 2020. So there's Stone and Steel by Ebony J. Dunbar. That is a novella that's coming out in September. I think it's September 5th. And I'm excited. It's an epic fantasy. It's about like a general, and she was like away for a war, and she comes back and things are different. Her relationship with her sister, who is in charge, who's running the empire, kind of strained. I know that there are black LGBTQ plus characters in there, so I'm excited for that. Black queer releases are always of interest. So if you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to join the discussion, please comment below. If you want to stay up to date with me and my bookish activities, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.